born to follow the claret and blue way. From Upton Park, where our spirit stays, to London Stadium, we sing today. Pie, mash and liquor, proper fare, football and family all doing our share. Community, passion, pride, side by side. West Ham forever, East and pride. Hosted by Papa, Dougie and Stu. Three proper hammers, tried and true. West Ham 1895, West Ham 1895. Claret and blue, we're alive. Come on you Irons, come on you Irons, come on you Irons. Come on you Irons. Dougie says hard work beats talent. When talent doesn't work, Papa shouts, what the hell's wrong with you? Where's the testicular fortitude? Stu kicks off, shaking his head. That performance boils my piss. He said, no sugar coating, no fancy spin, just proper football, thick and thin. Whoa. West Ham 1895, West Ham 1895. Claret and blue, we're alive. Come on you Irons, come on you Irons, come on you Irons. Come on you Irons.
Fuck. Did much of that come back on the second time?
No, just the end.
Oh, good. Well, boys, that is hopefully how we're going to... I didn't change the setting. That's hopefully out. When my mate come round the other day and showed me how to do it, it's saying, look on mine. But then when I replayed the video afterwards, it was perfect. You know what I mean? So,
it's fine on mine.
mate, you never guess what I'm doing. I'm talking over the video. I should have stopped the fucking video, wouldn't I? I'm going to have to start the video again.
No, you're not
Because
talking over the video. The video's
I am. It's record. No, but it's already recorded, and I'm saying to you, I should have done this and I should have done that. What a fucking idiot!
It don't matter.
Well, it shows you we're not professionals here, boys.
Told you, mate. You missed the A out between Dougie's and Knob. Dougie's a knob.
Got a little one. Well, boys, as you see, I totally mucked up our new intro, professionally done by Martin. Welcome, guys, to it's West Ham 1895. This could be the day when you see me do a Stu. I could beat Stu's record, and I really am. It's really boiling. What you tell me it is, Stu. Welcome, Stu. How are you, mate?
I'm fine, mate. Yeah. All happy apart from that performance the other day. Balls my fucking piss.
Yeah, I want to come to that second, if you don't mind, because there's a lot more things gone on this week. Hello, Martin. How are you, sir? I know you've had a long day.
James.
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Eager to get into this conversation, has to be said.
Yeah.
I've got to say, we did something last week and it never ever got up. And I spoke with you guys. By the way, boys, I'm in my conservatory here. We have been told parts of Spain will be hitting 45 tomorrow and our area will be hitting 42. So I'm out in the morning. I'm home for midday. Us guys spoke last week and we had a bit of a disagreement. I said, I didn't like Alvarez. I didn't like who he was, what he stood for, and what he's done to the club since he's been with us. You know, and you guys went, no, he's going to be a great player in this second division. I'll tell you, he should be one of the best central midfielders in the club, which I agree with you on a football stance. Yeah. But I also think with players, you have to take players for what they are. Now, for me, if I was Nuno at the end of last season, right, obviously everyone was upset at the time, right? But I'd have gotten back in a couple of days later and I'd have sat them around in the dressing room. I'd have gone, look at these pegs. Don't just look at these pegs. Think of the names that was on these pegs down the years. Now, we had players like Bonds. They went down. They stayed with the club. They come back. Brooking went down, stayed with the club, come back. I could go on and on and on, you know what I mean, about players when we've gone down and they've come back. He should have looked everybody in the eye and went, look, I understand some of you want to play for your countries. I understand some of you, you know, I'll come back to one in particular, I think, who's only doing it for the money. But I want you to look me in the eye, and he should have gone round and said, do you want to be here next year? Because we let these fans down. We did. Us, the manager, certainly the ownership last year, and we all know what went on with him, but more than anything with the players. Yes, we couldn't buy other people. And I'd look him in the eye And you know when someone's staring at you, if they want to punch, you know by their eyes if they're going to do it, don't you? If suddenly their eyes start looking all over, you know they ain't going to do anything. They've just been, gobbing off to you. And I'd have gone around every one of them players, and I'd have gone back into Southern and gone, right, I know he don't want to be it. He don't want it. We have this amount of time now to build for next season and do something and give it back to these fans. It's come out today that the weekend, Alvarez refused to play. Juve didn't want to play, said he didn't want to play. Wan-Bissaka didn't want to play. Füllkrug has now come out and actually said to the media, I went to West Ham for the money as one last big payday for me. Remember, this was the man that come out on, I'm an hammer, I know what this club stands for, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. We all know what happened with Tobido, and I've said to you, he's a rotten egg, what will always cause aggravation in the club. Great player, not a great player, because I don't think he had good positional sense. But he said he didn't want to play at New Zealand again. And the worst one of the lot, I think, for me, is Wan-Bissaka. His career was going nowhere at the end of Man United. If you look at Man United, I thought he was a great player at Crystal Palace, by the way. I'm not going to make... And I think at Man United, he was a great player defending, but he weren't good going forward and he couldn't cross the ball. And Man United wanted to play with wing backs. I thought we got him for a absolute song. Now, when we was on another channel a few years back, and James did a thing with Amanda and all them, and they said to me, who do you think it's going to be how many year? I said, I think it's going to be one a smacker. If you remember on that night, because I thought he could have been anything, this player, and I think no one likes one-on-ones to him, but he's another one now that's come up and says he never wants to play for the club. First of all, Martin, your thoughts on players that do that. Remember when you're a kid, like, can I just go back? Like, this is really boiling my ears. When you're a kid and you want to play for your football team, you get the ump because you're not playing the sub. You're not getting paid money. You're not getting paid thousands. You haven't got 60,000 people calling out your name. You just want to go and play football and you want to help your team win. And I just don't get the ethos of these money mercenaries that Stuart's been calling them for the last year. And he's proved himself right yet again, Stu. And he's proved me wrong. Martin, your opinion on these five first, please.
I think it's disgusting, mate. First and foremost, there isn't one player that is currently at West Ham that is bigger than our club. And if none of them want to play, if they think the grass is greener, if they're not interested in putting the hard slog, because let's have it right, regardless of what we think about Nuno, these are the players that got us relegated. Yep. I agree. There should have been honest conversations at the end of it. And it should have been a case of, you are the people that got us in this situation. You're going to be the ones that are going to get us back. And there should be an expectation. There should be a professional pride where they want to do that. However, like you said, like Stu said, money mercenaries. If you look at Alvarez, Todibo and Füllkrug alone, that's £100 million we spent on them three players. £100 million. Füllkrug, £27 million. Do you know what his goal return is? 3 goals.
3 goals.
That's £9 million a goal.
Yeah. Disgusting.
It's disgusting. And sadly, it's all about the pound note. They don't care about West Ham. They don't care about West Ham at all. Wan-Bissaka give it the old, to be fair, he doesn't really talk an awful lot, but for his first season, you saw the player that we used to see at Crystal Palace and when he first came in at Man United. But he got dropped last year because of his attitude, poor form, and it's just snowballed from there. He don't want to be here. Füllkrug don't want to be here. Magassa's cut all of his social media. Yep. He don't want to be here. Alvarez, the team he used to play for, I don't know whether it's in Mexico or whatever, Americas, apparently that's sniffing around him. I can see at least 6 or 7 players leaving before the end of the transfer window. And I think.
But Martin, I've got a question for you here, right? Sorry, Stu, before I come in. If we knew a couple of weeks ago that Magassa and Alvarez, who you said probably would start as our centre midfield pairing, would we have sold Potsy if we knew they wanted to go?
Would we have sold Potsy? I don't
know.
No,
I don't think we would.
Me personally, no, I wouldn't have sold Potsy because he's proven in the Championship. And we all said, regardless of what anyone else thinks, he has got and he did a stint at Wickham, and he got a, what was it, player of the season or player of the season at Pompey.
Pompey, right?
You know, I mean, for me, he would have been one of the first names to be starting this season, whether it's alongside Alvarez or a Kante or whatever.
We've got a week. We have got next week, next Saturday, I think, or next Monday is the last day of August, and then Tuesday it shuts. Sorry, Stu, to take so long before I've got you. I'm going to Stu this time because we're going to have beat for about. And I want to go through the players with you, Stu, and just honestly, I don't care about if you swear. Give me your honest opinion now. Let's start off with Fulkrug, Stu.
Right, I'm going to swear, obviously, but I've got to be very fucking diplomatic. I can't say on here what I think of Fulkrug because the channel will be shut down. The video will be pulled on YouTube instantly. Doing it diplomatically, I think he's a loudmouth, big-headed German, like most of them. Most Germans are, right? They've got overinflated egos. They think themselves better than everybody else. And Fulkrug, he give us all the spiel when he come to us, and he's nothing but a lying cunt. As far as I was concerned, I'd just rip his contract up and say, fuck off, and throw him out the door.
Unfortunately, Stu, you know that ain't going to happen, mate. I think you've he could talk the talk like a lot of people, but when it comes down to it, he couldn't walk. And what he's done is what you got to think of is he's turned his back on 50,000 season ticket holders that bought their fucking ticket because they thought most of this squad was staying. Sorry. Right, Wan-Bissaka. I know your opinion on Wan-Bissaka because you've called him the laziest person.
I'm probably the only one out of us three that even in his first fucking season, Wan-Bissaka, when everybody's fucking ranting and raving about him, how many times after the games did we didn't argue, Doug, but we debated, and I said he's a lazy cunt. He doesn't track back. He's not good enough. He's leaving everything open on the right down there. He strolls back like he's out for Sunday afternoon walk after he's had a roast dinner. And it's been like that the whole time he's been with us. And now, well, he's proving, he's shown exactly what sort of man he is. Well, he ain't a man, is he? He's not a man.
Right, let's go on to Tobido, the petulant child of the bunch for me, this one is.
Well, it's a shame because I think there's a fucking good player in Tobido. I don't know the ins and outs of everything, and no one does what goes on behind closed doors. But we can't, if it had just been one manager, yeah, okay, you might side with Todibo, but manager after manager after manager he's falling out with, he's got a real big attitude problem. And once again, he's another one, and people are going to fucking have a pop at me for this. He's French, and they're like the Germans. They've got overinflated egos. They think they are better than everybody else, and they're not. They're not at the end of the day. If you don't put in the hard fucking work, you ain't going to get nothing. Piss off. Go and play your football in France. Go on. Naff off. I'm not interested.
Yeah, well, Marseille are interested. Do you know the one that disappoints me most? I don't think he's the best defender in the world, if I'm honest with you. But Martin said to me last week, listen, Doug, he's 21. Don't give up on the guy because it can be trained into him to be a real good defender, you know. When he come in, Diouf, we got Diouf in, right? And we was all amazed at the way he could cross the ball, couldn't we? He scored a couple of crosses. We thought, bloody hell. We got another Krez here, not for me, not as good as Creswell. Certainly not even 20% of a defender that, prime Aaron Creswell was. But he come in. Who wanted him? Right, and paid the money? Remember these players from Senegal, what they're on, what money they're on. They're not on a lot of money. Through the closed season, obviously, someone's tapped him up. And he don't want to go to Brentford just for the football. He's going there for one thing only. He's going there for the money. Unfortunately for us, we've got to let him go, right? Because I want him to go, and I want to come back to Ollie Scholes because there's been a lot of people that has boiled my pea again. But no, not yet, Stu. Let's come to that in a minute. Right, give me your opinions on Juve, please, Stu.
Another one. He could get forward, but he wasn't doing it enough. He wasn't doing it enough. And he's just another one. I think he's lazy. And I think he's another one that saw West Ham as a club. Right, I'm going to go to West Ham, get my name out there, get my face in the shop window, and I'll be off after a season or two. And it's proven right. I mean, because I think he's a shit defender. I really think he's a crap defender. And we won't go on to Ollie Scholes just yet.
No, we do that afterwards, Stu. Yeah.
But I don't think he's a good defender. I think he's a shit defender. He can get forward, but he doesn't do it enough. He doesn't cross the balls enough. But there again, we had nobody up front for him to fucking cross the ball to anyway.
No, I know. Stu, let's go on to Alvarez. Listen, I know you and Martin rate Alvarez, and I said to you before, when he first come in, you need that defensive midfielder like a Roy Keane, a Brian Robson-like character, a Billy Bonds-type character, a Declan Rice-like character, even Souček, who can break play up and give it, right? And I said to you, be fair, I've said to you even last week, get rid of him. I'm hoping the Arabs come in because there's apparently they're sniffing around. Go about Alvarez, Stu, just...
No, you were right, mate. You said all along you classed him the same as Tadibo, a rotten egg, and get him out of the club. Both myself and Martin have said, we said, well, he is one hell of a fucking CDM. If he puts his mind to it, he's one of the best. He really is one of the best. And if he had knuckled down and he had stayed this season and not thrown his toys out the pram, I think he would have been one of the best midfielders out the whole league this season. He would have run that fucking division. But once again, I think he's had his egg turned. To be fair,
he's not got the temperament for it, Stu.
No,
it's not in a little boys' league now. He's not in a prima donnas league where he can take people out. They get out and one gut grab him.
And this, it's going to get me on. Even people like Tatty. I can see Tatty going because once again, he's another one. He hasn't got the temperament to play in the Championship because he thinks he's better than what he fucking is.
Yeah, let's come to him in a minute, Stu. Let's finish off with Magassa. I said to you two last week, when he runs, it looks like he's got his boots on the wrong feet or his laces tight. I could not care less have gone. I know you lot call him Dave for whatever reason, but I'm glad he's gone. And we've let Potsy go.
Do you know what?
Who we know shit.
I have never rated Magassa from the outset. Never rated him from the outset. And when they sold Potsy and kept Magassa, I thought, whose fucking crazy decision is that? Whoever fucking thought that one up, they want taken outside, putting up against the wall and fucking shooting because it's absolutely disgusting. You're getting rid of a central midfielder that is tried and fucking tested in the Championship. He loves West Ham. He's come through our fucking ranks. His dad's still at West Ham. He would have played his fucking heart out for us. And you've kept the fucking lazy, shit-ass dog cunt that can't even fucking kick a ball. He can't
run.
Fucking ball. He can't run. Mate, I've really got to tone it down.
Mate, that's the only ones we know about. Remember who's come out. I'm like you said. I'm sure there's others. But this brings me to my second part of this. Right, I thought we would draw. Right, when I had my bet for the weekend, Miyaka, I put West Ham down for the draw. This last season, right, all our players, to a degree, are protected by VAR, right? And if someone takes them off the ball, if someone does something in someone else's box, it can get called back here. You're playing in a little boys' league where you're not allowed to touch anybody no more. Yes, all the players are skillful, but then you're not allowed with the dark arts, what Arsenal was doing with all the corners last week. They got away with murder. In the Championship, you are playing in a man's league. It's a bit like Sunday football where you can put your foot in and you can get tackled. You need to have men. And I'll tell you something, Martin, the person we're missing at the moment, I'll tell you, he's not fitting up, I know, is going to be Souček. Because when Souček comes back, I'm quite sure he'll fit in, which we'll come to later. My second point about the game, the weekend, I thought Burnley deserved the draw, by the way. Most of it I heard on the radio because I was driving back down to Valencia and I see the last start of it.
Won it, to be fair.
But I've got to say to you, don't be a West Ham fan, right? We're called the Academy for a reason. We're called the Academy. It's above the change room because we bring youth players through. Don't sit on your YouTube channels and say we want to play youth and then the following day go on there like you did to Ollie Scholes last year when he walked off the pitch crying and start blaming them. You give a penalty away. Who don't make a mistake during the game? They're slating Kanté off. Kante's made 2 goals in the last 2 games. You either want your youth players to come through and let them learn as they go along. They're going to learn. They're going to get bigger. They're going to bulk up. They're going to learn how to play in the champ. They're going to know what they can get away with and what they can't. But don't slag them off. Don't want them to play like, oh, let's get them through. Make out you want the youth through because deep down you don't. Because the minute they make one fucking mistake, most channels on here want to slag our players off.
Yeah,
and it's wrong.
That's why I cannot fucking understand why Nuno done it. Yes, Scholes give a penalty away, and I'll bet it hurts him more than it hurts any fucking fan. Any fan, right? Yes, he gives the penalty away, but just before that, he headed off the fucking line. Yeah. A goal line clearance, right? He was ganged up on by Burnley. They were at least doubling up on him all the fucking time. He had no choice. He had to go for that fucking ball. Yes, it was mistimed. But what Nuno should not have fucking done was then took him off and brought on a fucking tiny, sticky-out-eared little cunt from fucking Senegal that doesn't want to fucking play for us. He doesn't even lace his toes up properly. I've got to be careful because I've got to fucking really let rip. Right? And he puts him on and takes Scholes off. How the fuck does that make that lad feel? The lad's made a mistake, leave him fucking out there and let him work through that mistake he's just made and let him fucking come good again. Because if he had stayed on, I think he would have come good. You know, and I'll bet you that fucking Malteser-headed, spunk-faced cunt Nuno will drop Scholes now. Oh, fucking he will drop him.
Don't know why he put Walker Peters over there, Stu. What was the point? Who's called out to Maddison for yet again letting in a goal on his right-hand side?
On his right-hand side.
Again. Martin. Yeah. Just tell me if you think these are right.
Prowse on the fucking right and put Bowen in the fucking middle. What the fuck you doing, you dumb cunt?
Martin, please go through what you think is happening with YouTube channels calling out for the Academy. We're called the Academy for a reason. And then when they make a mistake, they jump all over them.
I don't think it's any different to back in the days before there was YouTube. People would be down the pub and they'll be whinging and whining and complaining about what they were seeing on the pitch. The problem with it today is that you've got a wide audience out there that are going to listen to all of this. Now, I said it in the watch along with James, and I stick with what I say. I thought Scholes had a bad game. And it wasn't just because of the penalty. He was being caught out. He was trying to get forward and he wasn't getting back enough. Yeah. I was saying that he should have come off because I think Ezra Myers is a better left-sided defender than Ollie Scholes. That's not to say that Scholes doesn't deserve the chance. He's getting chances. He's young. He will make mistakes. There's not one player on that fucking football pitch that isn't going to make a mistake. But we can't lambaste them every time that they do it. Plain and fucking simple. But he wasn't good against Burnley. And it doesn't matter how much you sugarcoat things. The reality is what we saw. And you can't say that he had a good game because he had an average game. And he made a couple of mistakes, and that's okay. Hopefully they make him stronger and he'll come on and he'll do better. Yeah. But again, you briefly touched on about James Ward-Prowse coming over onto right midfield. Yeah, as soon as that bloke come on, he nullified all the good work that Kante and Orford were doing in that first half.
He didn't even touch the fucking ball from what I watched.
Every time he dropped into that centre midfield, Orford and Kante weren't to be seen because he was dictating what was happening. And he weren't dictating in a good way. He was fucking ponying. And again,
Martin, what did Bowen do? But what did Bowen do all game?
Did
he not deserve as much shit as everybody else? And he's our captain, remember?
Mate, Dougie, you said to us that you bet for a fucking draw.
We
should have lost that game.
Yeah.
We didn't deserve a fucking point in that. We weren't in that fucking game. Yes, we were 2-0 up, but it's no different than watching fucking Moyes ball or Lopetegui ball or Potter ball. Yeah, we're trying to shit house fucking wins. We haven't got the squad depth. We've already talked about that. There's umpteen players that are still looking to leave, and we're struggling to get players into our club that honestly want to play for the fucking club. And I'm telling you now, the players that are in at the moment, they're only doing it for a fucking pound note.
Yeah.
Martin, listen, Bowen could have gone. Listen, I'll forever be grateful that Jerry Bowen didn't go. I don't care if he was promised the money. I don't care if he was promised apparently his win bonus, if we go up, will be exactly the wages he earned this year. But he could have gone. There were so many people who wanted Gerald Bowen, so I will be thank you for that. But when we have a shit game, all the team ran there, how many YouTube channels have come out and gone, fucking appalling for Jared Bowen? And he's supposed to be the star of the championship. Everyone is saying, all the other championship teams, he's too good for the championship. He didn't look fucking good enough for the third division. What I looked at the week, and I know you've pulled me on it millions of times, Martin. You go, if Erling Haaland played for us, would he be any good? I know that, but sometimes one player has to take the game by the scruff of the neck. Stu picked up about they was doubling up on Scholes. In-game management, Nuno, whisper in the ear of Bowen, move someone over there, do this, change spot, or we'll double up on them. But even if Bowen even if Nuno don't say it, it should be Bowen who should be seeing this and going over to Nuno and going, they're getting away with blue murder. We've spoke about it before. They targeted Aaron Cresswell against Eintracht Frankfurt, and in the end, he ended up getting sent off in the semi-finals of that cup. Managers look up other places where they think we're going to be weak. And of course, it doesn't matter where you are. We're going to have players that are better than ours going down the line. But what we do, we change our tactic and we get someone to cover up on him. That's what you should be doing. One of our centre-backs should have said, don't worry, if he comes down the line, our left centre-back, I'm going to go out and meet him. Still do what you're doing because I'm going to cover you up.
And that's what I like with Alford the other day. When in the first, he was dropping back into central defence all the time to help him out in there. I thought he had a good game, Alford. I was fucking really pleased with him. Really fucking pleased with the lad.
I'm going to ask you a question here now, boys. Do you think, because 4 weeks ago, we was all saying just for one season only, it's going to be fantastic at West Ham. We're not going in. We're not worrying about Sullivan. We're not worrying about, what do you call it, pixie farts and fairies, Martin. Kretinsky's going to be the saviour of the world. Do you actually think, I don't bring in Staveley because I don't believe that in the bit. I don't think Kretinsky ever wanted to buy out West Ham, and I don't think he ever will buy out West Ham. Do you think we was had over for all them people to go out and buy them extra season tickets?
100%.
Yeah, so do I.
100%. Yeah, and let's try and give a little bit of reasonable doubt here. Yeah, there may well have been good intentions with the club statement that went out with Kretinsky buying the gold shares and all of that. Look, we all bought in at that. I believe that was going to be the case until Staveley come in and offered that extra wedge. Yeah. Now, the reality is because she's done that, we haven't been able to move forward as a club. We haven't been able to purchase the players that we bring in, need to bring in. And we're struggling. We're struggling in a big way. But I don't care at the moment what is happening at fucking board level. My concern's about what's happening on the pitch. And for me, the biggest issue is Nuno. Nuno is doing the same thing was doing last year. He's got the same poor in-game management that he had last year. He shits himself. He's still got his subscription to king-size Pampers, and he still makes ridiculous decisions.
Yeah.
At 2-0 up, why the hell are we bringing off a striker? Now, regardless of whether Pablo was injured or not, now apparently he's done his calf or groin in. Okay, fair enough. But why not put some legs up top? Why not give a Jala out on the right-hand side or up top? We just went defensive again, and then it's barrage after barrage, and everyone could see it. There isn't one person that was watching that game which would have looked at that and thought, you know what, this is different than last year. No, it's rinse and repeat. It's PTSD. It's Nuno shitting himself. Poor managerial decisions in game. It's the same old fucking same old. We have been lied to, regardless of whether they've intended the lie or not. The reality is, the season started and we are nowhere ready fucking for it.
But Martin, I said to you just now, sorry, Stu, when we finished last season, that was the time. That was the time. Don't go on holiday. Don't, if we had any players going World Cup, we couldn't do a lot of that. Everyone get back here. Let's take them in the office one at a time. Be truthful. Give us a chance to rebuild. Give us time. I mean, we've got the lad from Leeds. I mean, I know a lot of Leeds fans because my wife's from up that way, and they've said this guy scores a goal every other game. Perlu or something. I can't think of his second. It begins with a P. And they say he's a really good. Yeah, he's a really good player. They said, like, for the championship, he will get you goal. So I think that's a good thing. The unfortunate part will be we've got the young lad we just got from Celtic. We don't know if he's ready. Apparently, he's a playmaker, Engels, in it. And we got the Solomon. Now, I don't know why he ran out of gas. He ran out of gas, didn't he? I've no idea why.
The reason was, he made a run down the outside and he felt a twinge. And for about another 10 minutes, he kept looking at the bench.
He was doing that.
And he was going that, I want to come off. I want to come off. Because he felt something and he wanted to come off. Nuno fucking kept him on there. Instead of turning and saying, right, let's get him off. Let's fucking get him off, get him in an ice pack, put fucking the Jala on in his position, get him off the fucking park. But no, he was fucking left on there. Then eventually when he did come off, he's limped off. And from what I've heard, we're going to be missing him for the next 2, maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah, I've got to say, mate, we've got to give a bit of credit to Burnley. I thought that forward they had up front. Apparently he wants to move. I think his name's Fleming and even Burnley. But he looked mustard, didn't he? And he put himself about, didn't he, everywhere?
Yeah,
when he lobbed a Madsen into the goal.
But we made him look fucking good. I mean, at one point, I'm screaming at fucking Kilman, get out, get fucking out to him. And he has a fucking shot. And it just narrowly went wide. No one was closing him down. He had the freedom of the fucking park. It's as fucking Martin said, it's PTSD, mate. It's rinse and fucking repeat. And I think it's going to continue. It's going to continue until they suddenly realise this ain't fucking working. They're going to fucking junk Nuno and they're going to bring in some other fucking muppet, just the fucking same as before, just before Christmas or just after Christmas, and we'll be in dire fucking straits. I mean, how many times have I said to you, Dougs, right, if we ain't careful, we're going to be the next Sheffield Wednesday. Because
you have, yeah.
If we don't get our shit together now, not in fucking 3 months' time, now we need to get our shit to fucking together. Otherwise, we are going to fucking drop. And if we drop and we go out the Championship, forget about the Premier League for years to come. I won't see us back in the Premier League. I'm 63 this year. So I won't ever see us back in the Premier League. Right?
Yes, you will.
No, mate, if we drop out the Championship, I won't. Because we'll have no one apart from our academy. And even then, you're going to get the academy boys are going to want to fuck off as well. They're not going to want to stay there.
Listen, Stu, listen here, right? Let's have a bit of calmness to it all now. There's 46 games in this league, 24 teams, 46 games. You need, on average, to go up 90 points, right? Which means throughout this, if my maths is right, 46 times 3, I'm thinking that's about 138. So you can roughly drop 48 points this season and still go up. Now, I know you're going to go with me, stop trying to be positive, Dougie. But let me tell you, maybe we're not fit enough, right? Do you know something? The biggest Judas, one of the biggest Judases I ever fought at West Ham was Jermaine Defoe, right? Because at the end of the season, we went down the same night he went, I'm off. Do you know, I don't now. I've changed my mind on him. I actually respect him because he had the testicular fortitude, sorry to nick your word, Martin, to come out at the end of the season and say, I'm off. And, you know, I respect him now because these 5, 6 fucking Judases that's waited to a week before the transfer season ends, refusing to play, absolutely refusing to play. Now, is there, I don't know if there is something in their contract. Surely it's breach of contract and they shouldn't be paid if they refuse to play. Surely. Martin, yes, sorry, Stu. Yes or no, Martin?
100%. 100%. Whether there is anything like that, I've not heard of anything along them lines. Player power is like fucking phenomenal, and I don't understand it. For me, if you're playing for a club and you're getting 50 bags a week, I don't care if you're asked to clean the fucking changing room afterwards. That's what you're going to do to earn your 50 bags a week. If you're to sit on that bench and you're some fucking prima donna and you've got the arsehole, you're sitting on that bench, and when you come on, you're going to work your fucking socks off. But we haven't got them players because players don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck about the fans. They don't give a fuck about West Ham. All they care about is the pound notes in their pocket.
But what I'm saying, Martin, surely, like we know the Premier League can change the rules. Sorry, we're not in the Premier League, the EFL, right? They can change the league as much like the Premier League can. They just got to vote on it. Something has got to come in where when you get these players that refuse to play, they should not be played, or they should be given a percentage. There should be some sort of jury and made up of people from within the championship that run it, saying, do they, West Ham, hypothetically, we use it as West Ham. It could be any team. Should they be paid or not?
Well, I'm retired. You two run your own fucking businesses. So if you don't work, you don't earn no fucking money. But if you work for somebody else, if I come and work for you, Dougie, or I come to work for you, Pups, and then I suddenly turn and say, oh, I ain't fucking coming, I ain't working today, I don't want to work today, it's too fucking hot, oh, I'm going to go off down the coast, blah, blah, blah. You are quite within your rights to turn and say, well, tell you what, fuck off then, here's your P45, go and find another fucking job. That's what it should be. They should not be being fucking paid. They're refusing to play. Right, okay. No fucking wages. Fuck Rug has refused to play for us for God knows how long now. So any legal team worth their salt should be looking at his contract, and if there's nothing in there that says what he can still be paid, they should turn around and say, right, you had X amount of fucking pounds out of us for fucking the last fucking 24 months. You ain't kicked a fucking ball. You owe that money back. You owe that fucking money back to the club. Simple as fucking that. And make the cunts pay it back. If not, we don't have pound notes anymore. Fill our fucking pockets with pound coins, £2 coins, and dump them in the fucking sea, mate. Put them on a ferry and kick them overboard, mate. Let them go to the bottom.
There'll be a few dinghies picking them up. Look,
yeah, you're probably right.
It has got to be changed. No, look, something has got to be changed. When players refuse to play, I think some managers are as bad. I mean, I go back years ago when I'm trying to think of Neil Webb. He was Nottingham Forest captain. He came to Man United. You know, I think he was the England captain at the time. He fell out with Ferguson. Ferguson just dropped him in the reserves and let him rot. And I know you're saying, you know, we should do that with a lot of the players. But obviously, we know we need money in. And let's say Wonder Smacker, let's say we get 20 million for him.
And these players know that. They know that. They know we need the fucking money. So they know we are not going to turn around and say to them, tell you what, you can keep drawing your fucking money, but you're going to be sitting on a training pitch. That's the only football you're going to be playing, right, for the rest of your contract.
Mate, someone's offered 2 million for Wonder Saka. 2 million.
2 million.
That's the joke. Like, apparently he was in the crowd looking at some of our players. Did you see who was in the crowd looking at some of our players? Want to get them off the chin?
Yeah, a wrinkled up fucking old Scottish prune.
Oh, he's not after our players. He was
I bet he does.
He was looking at Fleming.
Yeah, good player.
I'll tell you what, I'd like him to buy Tadibo and Alvarez, and then they both kick the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Martin, come on. Let's give some positives now. We've got Charlton next week. We've had a bit of time out. Now, before we go to Charlton, sorry, I'm really going to be honest now. We all know, I'm not saying he would come to us, right? But I've loved Eddie Howe for a long, long time, right? I'd love Eddie Howe at our club. Being serious, we know now he cannot change tact. We know Nuno. He is going to, if we get a goal, he's going to want to sit back. He's going to make defensive changes. We're not going to have anyone up front to push, so we're going to keep taking in waves and waves and waves and waves of attacks from different people. Look, people can hit long shots, get deflections and go in. How long do we actually give him, Martin? Do you think we give him 10 games?
I want to come out now, plain and simple.
So, just plain
and simple. I didn't want him when we got relegated. You know, people were talking about, oh, we need stability and stuff. Right, okay then. You know, we need stability. You know, what was it? You know, Nuno was brought into a meeting. Nuno was promised that he was going to be able to keep the core of his players. Newsflash, dipshits. We've got rid of the majority of the core players, and there's still more to fucking go.
Yeah.
We've been lied to. Nuno isn't the answer. Anyone who thinks Nuno is the answer, they're deluded, because our eyes are telling us the same thing after the Burnley game, what we saw all last season. And this is what, you know, you're going to go on to the chart. What my problem is that game against Burnley showed every EFL League team how to play against West Ham. Yeah. Don't show any fear. Go for their throats, because they're going to sit back and try and hit you on the counter. And if they go 1-0 up, boys, don't worry, because they'll shit themselves.
Yeah. No, that's true.
And I'm telling you now, 46 games minimum this year. This is going to be an awful season for us West Ham fans if we continue to see what we saw last year, which has continued into this year. There is no pixie dust and fairy farts. We can't sprinkle it in glitter. A shit's a shit.
Yeah.
And he's in our dugout. That Maltese already come.
Right, Stu, you can, your turn, but leave off the Maltese a bit. Go on, mate. Why? You want Nuno in or out?
I want him fucking gone, the spunk-faced trumpet. He's a cunt, mate. I really... All he does is he stands there like that, chewing the fucking side of his mouth. I'm sure he's on some form of drugs, the amount of fucking chewing his face he keeps fucking doing. I mean, I want him gone. I didn't want him to stay after the fucking end of last season. If it had been me, after the final ball had been kicked, it would have been right. See ya, bye, out you go, fuck off, you Portuguese cunt, go on, fuck off. Right, and I would have looked around. Stop going for these fucking names. Stop, even Eddie Howe. Don't go for Eddie Howe. We don't want these sort of fucking managers. We need a fucking solid manager from somewhere else, even lower down. There's managers out there that are solid fucking managers. They might not rip up any fucking trees, but when they put a team on that park that plays fucking football, and if they go one up, they keep fucking going. They keep going. They don't fucking like pull up their fucking big boy Pampers and crap themselves. You know, I'm fed up with these fucking names. Oh, we got to get him in. We got to get... Fuck off. I don't fucking want him. Don't fucking want him. Stop looking like players. Stop looking at these fucking so-called expert players. Drop down a fucking division.
I'll tell you what I'd love to see. I would love to see the finances for the last 4 to 5 years of how much we've wedged out for these managers.
Fucking
because they haven't done the job, and yet they've all walked away with fucking millions.
Yeah. I mean, somebody I don't know what I was watching, but somebody said, "Do you think Nuno he's done that because he really wanted the tin tack at the end of the season so he could walk away with another payout?"
Like his contract said, they said to him at the end of the year, "Look, we're quite happy to keep you. If you want to go. We're not paying you out. You resign and just go."
There you go. That's right.
It's Romano. He's connected to Romano, isn't he? They was never going to let him go.
Yeah, but don't get
I watched the ballroom in the ballroom. Sorry, let me just tell you something. I watched in. Sorry, Stu. I watched in the ballroom. Right, it's an ex-chair director of a club. It was Aston Villa, and Henry Winter, and they rate him. They rate him as a top 8 manager. And I look at the games we've played. You know, especially a lot last season. I said I only see a tiny bit because I was driving back to watch the rep. Then I did watch the game again. I mean, what on earth do they see? Like these, Henry Winter goes all around the place. I think he writes for the time. What do they see in Nuno that we don't see? Do they actually go and watch West Ham games? We had this with Moyes, didn't we? We got absolutely slaughtered as fans.
Moyes won you the cup. No, he didn't win us the fucking cup.
And I always think, what did they see? What did they see in Moyes? What did they see? Well, Lopetegui didn't really get a chance, did he? We know him. Part we won't even talk about. But I don't understand it with Nuno. Yes, we ain't got no money, and if he goes, I think it's around about 8 million we're going to have to pay. But surely, if they do want to go up,
James,
I mean, I'm quite prepared to sit here. Maybe he'll look at that himself and think, bloody hell. This league's different. Like as I said, you know, they're going to be solid. They're going to get into us. Maybe some of our boys, our younger boys, ain't strong enough, but they will be. They will be. They will bulk up. And I thought for Alford, like who was not the biggest of lads, he had a good game. You know, if you look back from years ago, the smaller players we had, Mark Ward weren't a tall big player, but could he get stuck in? Couldn't he, Waldy? Yeah. You know what I mean? There was loads of small players we had. But what I'm trying to think with Nuno is he's either got to change tack. And we've either got to try and take goals. With Tatty, I'm going to give you a surprise thing here. I'm quite glad he didn't score because I think he would have got tapped up and he'd have been gone. And he still might go. I think we're going to be surprised. I think it's next Tuesday, isn't it? It's the 1st of September. Who stays and who goes?
Fair, mate, I'm probably fucking so far out of left field on this, but I got the impression he wanted to get sent off against Burnley.
It's their temperament, Stu. We know what happened with Walker. Walker's an old pro.
He's a fucking RG anyway, isn't he? He's an RG anyway, so
I'm telling you now.
Fuck off.
Both of you.
Argentina and shag your sheep.
Both of you, if you were playing up front for fucking West Ham and feeding off scraps and feeling the frustration that man feels, you would be throwing your fucking toys out your pram. I fucking feel sorry for the bloke. I feel sorry for every striker that has ever played for West Ham. I really fucking do, because we are fucking shit. Our manager is a cunt. He don't know how to attack a game, and our forwards are fucking feeding off scraps.
That's Michael Antonio said that, didn't he? Antonio said it in a podcast, Martin.
Our eyes do not fucking lie.
No,
yeah, there's a reason he's getting frustrated.
Hold on, Stu. Give Martin a chance.
There's a reason he's getting fucking frustrated. Yeah, I'll be getting fucking frustrated. I'm frustrated now just fucking talking about it because I can think back to the game and the countless times when we're just fucking doing nothing and he's trying to make stuff happen. He's working his fucking socks off, and he's done from the first minute he's walked in.
What didn't help as well, now, I know people are not going to like this one, well, a lot of people anyway, but Tatty's attitude went down after Pablo was taken off. Pablo was old, but them two fucking work well together. They work really well together.
Because all the time Pablo's on that pitch, love him or hate him, he's very Marmite. Yeah. But he is about the only fucking support that Tatty's got up there.
Yeah.
Right, Martin, come on. Give me some positivities and pick a team to play Charlton, please.
Team to play Charlton. See, there you go. We've still got Areola on 100 bags a week, sitting on our bench, not doing a thing. Unreal, mate. Unreal.
Pick a team.
For me, Hermansen is a liability. I don't want him in goal. He's going to be put in. I'd rather have Herrick starting over him. I'd have Ezra Myers at left back. I'd have, let's have a look. It's got to be Carl Walker-Peters at right back. I don't think he had a particularly good game against Burnley either. Mavro and Kilman, centre halves. Orford and Kante in the middle. Bowen on the right. Solomon, if he's fit. If Solomon's not fit, I'll stick a Jala out there. And I'll have Tati in the 10. And Pablo's injured. So, you know, if we get that Peru in time, then I'll have him up top.
Yeah, good shout, Stu.
Yeah.
Plus, we've got that Engels. He's available as well.
I'll pretty much go with that same team, but I think I might put Engels in. But then who do you fucking drop? This is the fucking question, because I don't think Alford had a bad game. I don't think Kante had a bad game.
Well, would you play him in the 10?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. And have Tatty up top. Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
I can't disagree with you, really.
I mean,
what you've said.
And I know this would be controversial as well, but if we had another right fucking winger, I'd drop Bowen. I'm sorry, people. I know all you fucking people out there, you love Jared Bowen. I love Jared Bowen. But we now have not had the Jared Bowen, the proper Jared Bowen, for at least 18 months, maybe a little bit more. You know, we all know what he's going to do. He's going to get the ball cut inside and he's going to hit the ball whether he's got a gap or not. And it's as simple as that. And I don't think we've had the proper Jared Bowen. Now, this is going to be fucking controversial, but since we won the fucking Conference Cup, I think that was the last time I saw Bowen actually run and outrun defenders. He can't do it anymore. I love the man to bits. I really fucking do. But he needs a kick up the arse. And the trouble is, he knows he's the only one for that position. And he knows how the club rate him. And I'm sorry, but the man's nearly fucking 30. You've got to start looking at younger fucking talent. You can't keep saying, oh, yes, but he gives it. No, he doesn't give us that experience now. I'm sorry. I don't, you can't have sentimentality in fucking football. You've got to move on. You've got to move on. Yes, I mean, but he won us the fucking Conference League. He didn't win it on his own. You've got the forgotten man for a start, Ben Rama, which he was shat on from a great height.
Yeah.
Right? Ben Rama, who scored. Then you got the through ball from Mr. fucking whingy, whiny South American fucking Paqueta. And then Bowen onto the ball, latched onto it and put it in the back of the net. But if you look back, now I've actually gone back recently and I've watched that game. It's the biggest pile of shit I've watched in a long time. That final. It really fucking...
Finals normally are, though, Stu.
It was a load of fucking shite, mate. We had the easiest running ever that year in the Conference League.
Stu, in 50 years' time, they will say that West Ham won that cup, and that's all that matters.
Oh, no, look, I'm not taking that away. I'm so pleased we did win it. I really fucking am.
Look what it done for the East End, Stu. Look what it done. But what I'm saying is, I don't realise, I don't know what they do in training.
It done that much for West Ham that the following fucking day, when Rice is, a couple of days later, when Rice is on his fucking...
No, it's the next day.
The next day he's on the fucking bus holding it up.
He was going. Whether he said it the next day or whether he said it the day after, he was going, right, Rice? And we got 105 million for him. Good luck with him. I've got no issue with any ex-player.
And that's been
what I'm saying is, but in training, right, we told about it last week, you've got to know where each other are. You've got to know who's going to run and who's going to run. Sometimes the name players are not the players that make a good team. So he should
No.
just keep getting people in when we're doing the training. I'm not saying he don't, because I don't know what they do, right? But he should get them in, say, right, run around, who's good here, who's passing here, who's trying, who ain't, and keep playing the younger players. Bring teams in to keep playing them in training. And because you don't always, like I said to you, I'm not going to say the word what I say, mine, because you say I say it too often. But you have got to work hard, and you've got to have players that want to be there. And it's just, we've started this season off so bad. I had no idea, by the way. I knew about Tobido, and I couldn't care less about Fulkrug. I couldn't care less about, what's his name? Lord Luke, and who was the black guy on the other side? I forget his name. I don't even know. Cornet, yeah, Cornet, empty Cornet. I couldn't care less about them. But like once we started with Alvarez, you know, McGasser ain't been there 5 minutes. Juve ain't been there 5 minutes. What gives you the right? What gives you the right when we've paid you good money? I think he cost 20-something million, didn't he? He gets 10% of that, so he got 2.7 million. Plus, he got good wages. Remember, I don't think Brentford are going to pay the wages that we do, but I think if they offer 40 million, I would send you round, not on your bike, Stu, because you ain't got a back seat on your bike. Get rid of them. All this shit. Get out your life. Someone told me a long time ago, I thought he was a friend.
I could always pick him up in that.
This friend said to me, a so-called friend, and I'm sure it was, he went to me, where there's shit in your life, Dougie, get rid of it. If they don't give you any benefits, get rid of them. I didn't realise that I was one of the bits of shit, Stu and I, that he meant he wanted out of his life, right? Do you remember? Yeah. But in a way, he's right. All this shit that don't want to be at West Ham, flush them out the door and get rid of them. And get players that will run through a brick wall. Yeah. Mate, I sat here before we did this show and I just shut my eyes and I pictured Upton Park and the names above the pegs, right? Like Billy Bonds now, he won't be like rolling round in his grave. He'd be punching the nuts out of his coffin lid to try and get out and go, oi, I'll show you what it's like to play at West Ham. I'll show you. I know the demographics of the East End have changed, right? And we've not got people where we come from a very low-paid area and what we all was years ago. It's changing and loads of other people's come in. But then 50,000 people, 50,000. Can you imagine that? How many more season tickets we've sold? Probably the most than any other club in the Premier League and there. And they have been lied to. And these people that don't want to play with, they should hold their heads in shame. Yeah. And in the words of Stu, fuck off out of it. Get them out. Get something for them, whatever it is. We can't let them rot, Stu, because we won't be able to bring other players in. We've got to do it. Martin, have you got any more of it? I'm sorry about my swearing. I'll never swear. But it's been a shit week, and it's also been these 6, is it, have just boiled my pea, as Stu would say. Martin.
No, I think enough's been said. You know, I don't think it overly matters now. I'm not positive looking forward. The club hasn't given us anything to look positive about. I feel lied to. I can't say that for every West Ham fan. Leave comments. Let us know how you feel about it. But me personally, I feel we've been lied to. And I don't think Nuno's good enough. And if he stays in charge, there is no chance of us getting promotion this year.
No.
Joe, you got anything more to say?
No, I totally agree with what Martin's just said. Well, Pubba's just said, you know, with Nuno in charge, we ain't getting promoted. That ain't going to happen. If anything, I'll see it's dropping down another league.
We only lost a point. Burnley drew their first game last year and went up. So I'm going to try and...
I'll tell you what, Dougie, yeah?
We got a point. We shit house that fucking...
Don't matter. We got a point. Don't matter.
One last...
What did I keep saying to you last season? Points ain't good enough. You need 3.
We can drop more this year.
That's the only thing. One thing that I want to say on that Burnley game, yeah, which I didn't say that I wanted to, yeah? There was a difference between the two managers in the dugout, yeah? When we were 2-0 up, you saw someone that had the testicular fortitude to put an extra 2 attackers on the pitch, so they were playing with fucking 3 strikers. They went for the game. Our manager decided to sit in his soiled Pampers and do nothing at all. That is the difference, yeah?
I don't believe Nuno is naturally that colour. I think he's just covered in shit, mate, where it's squirting out from his...
Hold on, Stu. Come on then, Martin. Carry on, mate.
You know what I mean?
No. That's just a difference from what I see in other managers compared to our managers. Someone that's proactive and looks to make positive changes at the right time. I don't see anything positive about Nuno in his in-game management period. And if anyone wants to argue that or get in a debate with us, by all means, reach out to us.
Come on
The channel.
You know,
I agree with everything you're saying, Martin. We spoke about this last week, and we all said that none of us have had a manager that's tried to play better football going forward than Bilic. We all picked Bilic and said it was the last time we had a manager like that. The problem is we've been used to this style of football now for quite a long time, and if we'd have lucked it last year, right, and stayed up, it wouldn't have made any difference because this year we'd have been the team to go down. I really thought it was coming. And it's like this Diazi situation.
He don't want to come now.
No, but I still think we need another defender. And if he don't want to come, so look, we've offered you this money. You told us you enjoyed your time. If you don't want to go, then go away. And let's get someone else in.
He said, mate, he doesn't want to come.
If you don't want to come, tough luck, mate. You're another one who spoke a load of shit saying West Ham fans were brilliant. He loved playing for us. Another one who's a load of shit. They don't want to go.
Maybe he meant that. Let's have it right with Disassi, yeah? He come in, no one thought he was going to do anything for us, and he played well. I thank him for what he did to us. Now, if he don't want to come to us, fair enough. But let's cut that. That was then, this is now. We need to start moving.
Come to us and then fucking don't do nothing. Do you know what I mean?
He's been open about, keeping his options open, and that's fine. That's if that's what you want to do. But if he has now said no, which apparently he has, we need to move on from that. Thanks for last season. Hey, I was wrong. I'll put my hands up. I was wrong. I didn't think that he was going to be the man that he was. And he showed us what he is. So if he goes on to have a good career, good luck to him. But
yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. Listen, I hopefully we've not been too negative. We've gone over an hour, which is the longest we've ever gone on about. And I apologise for my swearing in this because I don't like swearing. I also want to apologise for my mishap at the front of this. I'm useless with techno. Somehow or other, we've sort of sorted it. And as you can see, I thought I sorted it and I didn't sort it. So I please convey my apologies to everyone. Like Stu said, come on the show as soon as we're at 50 subscribers. We're going to start doing lives. And when we do the lives, we'd really like people to come on and start giving comments. And somehow or other, I'll work out how to get the comments.
Somebody wants to come on and do a recording show with us, just get him.
I don't know what's happened to Brooksy. I see more of Maxwell Corney than I see of Brooksy. I don't know what's happened to him. Brooksy, where are you? Don't put Nuno's pants on. Right, boys, absolutely fantastic. Take us out, Stu. Thanks for listening, guys.
Take care. Stay safe. Stay lucky, my friends. Come on, you Irons.